Welcome to Cackling in the Void.
I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Ashley.
And let's see if the void echoes back today.
Today we're talking about... Today we're diving deeper into the void, talking about chapters 13 through 15 of Beguiled. My brain malfunctioned halfway through. That's okay. We got there. Welcome to the void, everybody. It's that kind of morning. And you know what? That's okay.
It's great. Anyway, regardless, we're very excited to, spend this time with you going over these chapters of Beguiled because it's getting juicy. And I'm very me. I was just telling Ashley, I was like, was this book written for me? Was this book written
good.
for all of my deepest, being maybe two boyfriends would be a great idea. As we all know that it probably wouldn't, because these are only fictional men, which is the only reason why it ever works out. Because
exactly, yes, it's true. But we were also just talking about how, and we'll definitely dive deeper into it as we get to the chapter, but it's really fun getting those dual perspective. I mean, we're getting more than dual, but getting the other perspective, because I feel like a lot of the time we only really see the women longing for the men, and in this we're seeing the men long for the woman. But it's really nice. It's really nice to be able to get the man's perspective, longing for her. And just also, as we know, Ruin and Talia are the fated mates, they have a bond, but really denying that bond because she's betrothed. What else is she supposed to do?
I'm so here for it.
It's so good because it's not something we've seen.
No, it's not something that we've seen, but also the fact that I'm already blushing about it. The fact that the fact that he has so much restraint.
Oh God, it's so good.
Do this and him be very open about it and be like, no, I can't do it. This is for her. I'm here for her future and I want to secure it and to make sure that she is safe at all times. But I'm at the same time, damn, I love me a good brooding man.
Literally. It's so good.
I really do love me a good brooding character, because I feel like canonically all of the books that me and Ashley have read, I am just man, I love brooding.
The brooding characters are so
I
good.
love the little edgy emo boys. I love the little edgy emo girls. Yep. And I'm like, let's go. Edgy emotional people are my favorite.
I mean, didn't we name one of our episodes our emo dragon boy?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, you cannot tell me that he was not being an emo dragon boy at that time.
Which chapter was that? That was for that was the end of Fourth Wing for the his chapters when he's watching Dane kiss her. Yep.
I love it.
Good.
But
love now it we so get a whole book of a man's perspective flopping.
Yes, and I'm very excited for it. I do.
But we also I love Talia as a main character.
Yes, she's much different than a lot of other women that we have had as our female protagonists before. She's very already so self-assured, which is something that we don't ever get. I'm just gonna sorry. 5 seconds. That we don't really ever get in other main characters. For instance, we loved the book. Obviously, we love Fourth Wing. We love the series. But we see Violet start out as, yes, extremely intelligent, but still extremely insecure.
Yep.
We see other main characters from books be either extremely skilled, but super insecure.
Yep.
And where we see Talia, as well as we see a lot of these situations where we're like, that's definitely a fantasy world, because that would never be the real raw reaction of the fight or flight thing. Because what I like about Talia is that Talia shows even within the short span of time has shown the fact that she does both. Yeah. She'll stand up and fight. She'll also run when it's necessary, because she has the common sense and the knowledge and the cognitive sense to do that. And I am like, this is it. I'm here for that.
Yeah.
So, I
For
love
sure.
it. It's
It's
just the
so
whole
good.
thing.
He's so good. But also it makes her seem so much more human, and it really like
Mm-hmm.
it enhances like the you're in this world with her, because
Yes.
it's the if I was kidnapped and transported to a fantasy realm like this, woke up, I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, you brought me here, thank you. It'd be like, no, 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 like what the fuck is happening? I'm gonna run because I've been kidnapped, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch you in the face if you like try to get in my way.
I
Like
absolutely agree. Because
that is a
here's
very
the
natural
thing.
response.
Yeah. Especially because it's not the like, a lot of people when they get like swept over, they're like, oh wow, like I'm gonna sit here and be like meek and watch and observe, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with observing first and then acting.
Yeah.
But I also think that it is extremely instinctual just to be like, okay, well, what is the first thing that I can do to get out of the situation that is making me
Yep.
uncomfortable? And
Especially
then
if you're in
taking
that
action
high
steps to do
fight
that.
or flight, you have high adrenaline.
Yep.
Your anxiety is
Mm-hmm.
going to be through the roof. Like when you're in those situations, not that your logical thinking is gone,
Mm-hmm.
but your body's like main instinct of I need to live kind of kicks in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so it's you have your logical thought and you can kind of calm down and sit and be like, okay, this is what's
Mm-hmm.
happening, and like depict what's happening, but it's not in your how you kind of do it when you're in a situation where it's like your fight or flight's not kicked in, where it's like okay,
Yeah.
so here's the situation, let's discuss each, at least for Kaylee and I, here's the situation, let's discuss each option for at least 2 hours and then discuss the final option for 4. It's not going to be
Okay,
like that.
listen.
It'll be
We gotta be clear and concise and make sure that we've thought about everything first, okay?
it's true.
It's
true.
it's a long process, but it's very systematic and works very well.
It does. It does, and it gets us results. So I mean, we're here and we're doing it. But it's if we're in that fight or flight response, that 2 hours will maybe be knocked down to like an hour because we don't shut up. But in all actual
True.
reality, it would be knocked down to probably, okay, here's what's happening, and we just like the
Yeah.
base, like instead of it being like an essay you're kind of talking about, it's like bullet points
Mhm.
where it's like boom, 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 boom. This is what I know. This is what we're doing. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But with that, jumping into chapter 13.
Yes.
We start and she like notices right away because we ended chapter 12 with Renier.
No, with Rune.
No, it's Renier taking her to her room.
Oh, well, yes, but I was like, at the end of chapter 12 is when we get Rune in the dungeon being like, now we begin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But we end Talia's section.
Yes, we end Talia's section with Rainier taking her. You are correct. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and she notices, oh, no, you're good. But I do want to know what that was about. Absolutely.
I just, it's a thing. Anyway, Ashley, continue.
It's oh God, I know. But she notices and she's like, wow, like we are similar. Like we have the same nose, very similar kind of face structure. And she also is like, I can't accept that he's my brother, because if I accept that he's my brother, that means I'm kind of accepting this reality that I don't believe. Yeah, and I'm like, that's so valid. Like, I also, if someone came to me and was like, I am your brother, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, you have to accept that at face value. And she's like looking at it like, but am I really accepting of what's going on here? Am I going to say that, yes, I accept and this is my life?
Yeah.
And because obviously a part of her really wants to still go back to the human realm, that wants to go back,
Yeah.
So.
And, he's kind of explaining a little bit, and she's like, no, like, I was in a group home before my aunt took me in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what you're saying is false. I don't believe you. And Rainier tells her that he was taken in by Casimir's parents due to their betrothal, but their dad died at the same time as theirs, which I thought was interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But also it's so interesting that he was taken in due to the betrothal, but she wasn't.
Well, here's the thing is like the did she flee or was she taken or did they send her off?
We don't know. Well, technically they've been saying they sent her off.
Yes, and that's the thing.
But we don't know for sure.
We don't technically know for sure. But also there is like that part of me that is, why did the dad die during
what if he turned into one of the corrupted Fae too?
Mm-hmm. Or
I really think the parents turned into corrupted Fae. I'm standing on that. What if there was
some sort of dirty deal and a double crossing that happened within the court, and they ended up killing each other?
Yep. That'd be very interesting. That could
be a thing. That could also be a thing.
Rainier should just marry Casimir, and then what if he's the one that's betrothed? I know it's not, but imagine.
I mean, also though, but also I could, but here's the thing, I could absolutely feel it because like Cass kind of gives me that like bisexual man vibe, and I'm like, hell literally. Yeah. I mean, they like the entire I was like, the entire cast actually is giving like very like not straight vibes. I don't know what they are.
It's the energy. Yeah,
but the energy is not straight, which I love. Me obviously I'm in love with it, but I'm just saying, you know.
And she openly said, like, she's like, I didn't, like, at least in her head, is like, I didn't know I was betrothed. Like, she doesn't know any. I know. Like, there's so much information being thrown at this poor girl. And I'm like, ugh, God, I can't imagine. And I do love how she's like, well, like, Kay and Steve are going to be, like, horrified. Like, what are they going to be thinking? And things like that. And I love how that's, like, kind of one of her priorities after. And I get it not being the first one because your body's still, like,
adjusting. Like, she's only been here for, like, what, 3 days? 2 days?
And so, like, when you're in your fight or flight, a lot of people, your body's natural instinct is to, like, not think and not have to worry about, like, minor details and things like that. And so it makes sense on why her friends didn't really come to her mind until now. And I really like that little detail where it's like, no, she's been, like, really nervous. And it's also, I love the detail that she's not very hungry because my nursing, like, my anatomy, when you're in your fight or flight and, like, when you have that high adrenaline, like I said, your body doesn't, it kind of, in quotes, like, shuts down the things that you don't need. And so that's why, like, when you are in that state, especially, I mean, you could be in that state from trauma, you could be in that state for many different reasons, like, whatever's happening in the moment, your body will, like, be like, oh, we don't need to eat. Like, we have food in us, like, we don't need to eat. And it'll, like, that's more, like, why you get nauseous, because it'll kind of help you, like, throw up stuff so it has one less thing to worry about and thing to do. And so your energy can be taken elsewhere. And so that's why you're not hungry when you're in your fight or flight, majority of the time. And so I like that little detail. I think it's cool. Wow.
I was like, wow. The attention to detail. Wow. Everybody clap for Ashley. Did everybody hear how smart she is? Because Ashley's so smart.
I have brain cells sometimes. Sometimes the brain cells go like this. And they work.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so I like the little detail that she's not very hungry. Like, she kind of keeps going. Yeah. Like, they'll go to the dining hall and she's like, I'm not that hungry. Because it's, I mean, that
she
would
just,
be
like,
the natural
picks
response.
At her food.
Yeah.
But I also love the fact that she is having these emotions about, like, I feel sad that, like, what about my friends? And then it's oh my gosh, like, they must be so incredibly worried. Like, Kay must be, like, literally sending a fucking search party out for me, thinking and I
wanted your opinion on how she said that Kay is probably, like, calling the cops and, like, sending the search party. Yeah. And how she was like, Steven would probably be tearing the city apart trying to find her.
Yeah.
Because I love just the wording of
that close.
Yeah.
You know?
And, like, she's like, well, they might think that I'm dead. They, like, but Rainier does go, like, they think that you're safe and alive just somewhere else. And she immediately gets mad and she's like, you changed their memories. And, like, he's like, well, not me personally, but it's better this way. And then it's better to they live in peace than they live in fear. And she's like, I mean, like, now she's getting mad again. She's like, there's, like, a surge of rage. How dare they change their memories? How dare they do this? And how dare I be stolen from them? And I'm like, oh, the found family.
Well, yes, that, but then also, like, the idea of, like, you know, like, fighting for the people that you love, being, like, absolutely, utterly betrayed, being, like, well, that's not the truth. Like, I would never want to lie to them. But then also, like, the idea of, like, somebody messing in my friend's memory at all would also make me extremely upset. I would also be like,
so uncomfortable.
Because it is very violating. You know, it's one of those things where it's like I
mean, like, the closest we can get to in this day and age is like going through someone's phone. Like,
yes,
because we can't tamper with people's memories unless like you're manipulating,
especially like
and
as
stuff,
a friend.
Like, so like, the closest thing that we can get to in our reality is like going through someone's phone and like messages and photos and shit.
It's just like regardless of like what it is violating, you know. Even if you're going on, like me, I was like, don't want to be this person, but like if you're going on somebody's phone to find proof that they're cheating, they're most likely already cheating on you, and you're just like you just need to leave them because you don't need the proof. You already know. Like at the end of the day, just let it go because they're already dead for you. So like
like you wouldn't be like, checking their phone if you thought
I was like I just want to throw it out there, but like especially like if that's your friend and you guys are like platonic friends, no, there's no reason to go actually though, like there's absolutely like that's fucking weird, and there's no reason to go through your friend's phone ever.
Go off, Kaylee.
Unless your friend is like, hey, go into my phone and look through these text messages with me so that we can scream about how fucking ridiculous this was. And then we can say, absolutely, I will go through your phone with express permission.
Yeah, but if you're doing it behind your friend's back, that's weird.
No, that's fucking weird.
Like, I mean, it's weird. I mean, I wouldn't even go through like my fiance's phone. That's weird.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: is like, there's no reason to,
there's
and
no
like
reason
even
to.
though even though like your fiance is very much like oh yeah, here, take it. Like you can look at whatever you want because they don't have anything to hide. That's not like and it's not like you know. It's not a thing.
Yeah, it's the asking
so it's just
permission. That's odd. It's the don't do it behind someone's back. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like if I handed you my phone, I'd be like, hey, like, and you could do whatever the fuck you want with my phone. I don't have anything on my phone.
And then I would look at you and be like, Ashley, I don't know your password.
Literally.
You have to give it to me because I don't know your password.
And then I'd be like, hold on, because I'll hand my phone to like my friends while like we're in like the car so they could put on songs and stuff. And I'll hand them my phone. And I'm not even joking. This happened 2 days ago. And I'm okay, what's your password? And I'm like, hold on, I know the pattern.
Yeah, literally. It's like my hand goes a certain way.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, wait, hold on. This one, then
opens.
this one over here. Yeah. Like,
yeah, no,
hold on. I'm like,
this is why
and they're like laughing at me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. The numbers are hard.
Yeah, numbers are hard, and I can't see like the symbols, and it's a whole thing. And
normally it opens with my face. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, it's just like never mind.
You know what? Actually,
don't give me your password. Just give me your face, and let me just
yeah. But in a nutshell, don't go through your friend's phone. That's weird.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I also just feel like, but also it's like in this world, it's very much that idea of like the glamour of like when Casimir tries to put like that, like the glamour like onto her about like how everything's fine and like soothing her emotions.
And how she immediately is like, no.
Yeah, and how she immediately was like, how dare you try to take my feelings away from me? Which also so valid, girl.
So valid.
Also so valid. And so it's like, I think that it is very valid for her to be this upset about her friend's memories being tampered with. But not only that, it's just like the idea of like she didn't get to say goodbye to her friends, and she's like, do my friends literally just think that I just left, that I up and left and didn't even say goodbye?
Them. Yeah, like how rude, like that
left.
She's like, that's rude on my part, and I didn't even do that. Like that's not my fault.
Also, yes, and like I'm sure like there's a guilt because of that too. And I'm like, I just am like, damn, what a crazy thing, because I also would feel really upset about it.
And so then they place like there's like 3 guards to kind of watch over her. There's Draven, Orion, thank you, and Kaylin. And she like openly says, she's like, wow, I guess like I'm really not gonna have that much time to myself anymore. And
yeah, because, you know, obviously she was so used to being alone.
And also, they do just keep calling her, like, Talasandra. And she's like, no, guys, call me, like,
she's
Talia.
Like, please stop calling me this random ass name that is not my fucking name.
Yeah, and it's also it's so much easier to say Talia than Talasandra. Like
Talasandra.
Yeah.
It's like, it's very formal, you know?
Very formal. Me, I would also rather be called my nickname than that.
Yeah.
And
but I mean, technically she went by Talia in like in the human realm, so she's used to that being her name.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And I do love how she's like, she openly in her head goes, ugh, Casimir. Because she has to think about it. She's like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm confused. Like, you know, I do think it's an important thing to note that she is in that, like, God, I did like him, but now, but also showing how quickly you, like, liking someone can just, like, stop. They do something to you. Especially that early in, like, a stage of
for
getting
sure.
to know each other. Like, it's something can happen and you're just like, I'm done.
Yeah. Because it's one of those things where it's like it's the as you get to know each other, but also like you can tell that there was heavy infatuation and like heavy like limerence feelings that were like happening. Like, you know, I don't know if it's as far as like actual limerence, but it's like, you know, that like type of like extreme passion, lustful desire that's already there.
You said that. Oh, you've used that word. That was for Xaden saying they have limerence and not are in love, right?
Yeah, I do.
That's right.
Well, like for certain parts, but then also Dane limerence.
Yes.
Dane does not love.
I was like,
Dane does not love Violet. He is in limerence for her, and I will stand by it regardless of what Ashley says about that fucking character. He does not love her.
I forgot about the bit.
He doesn't love her. It is limerence.
I completely forgot.
Period.
I was like, you said that word, and I'm like, I've heard this. I had like deja vu. I'm like,
I do love. I mean, it's such a, but also it's like one of those things where it's like it is a word that is very descriptive of the circumstances that we're talking about. You know?
Yeah. And you know, Freya's in her room as well. Like that's her.
Yeah, that's her.
Maid?
Her chambermaid.
Yeah, I guess.
Her chamber helper. I'm gonna call her chambermaid.
Yeah, and she's like getting her stuff out and like getting things ready. And Tali's like, "Hey, I
love this part.
You don't need to do that." And she's like, "I can bathe myself, thank you very much." Like,
yeah.
She's like, "Oh, do you need help bathing?" And she's like,
"No,
good.
I'm good, thank you."
Yeah,
I'm totally okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and how I do love it's the. If they think I'm getting married to Casimir, I think everybody's just insane.
Yeah, just like
they're just insane. And
like,
I'm like,
why
I agree,
did you
though.
think that this would happen so quickly? Like,
yeah,
you know, what does this even mean in a certain terms? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But like, also, first of all, let's talk about this bathroom for a second.
Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Also, I do love how because like they're pulling out like all these like really like. I almost said lingerie, but like very flowy, like very like gorgeous night dresses and stuff like that.
I'm like,
and I love how she's like,
don't know
can
if
I
it's
just
lingerie
have a
or
that's why I said I didn't think it's the right word.
If it's they're just very like, you know, very feminine presenting night dresses that are not muumuus. So as in like they're like spaghetti strapped, like with like frills.
Yeah.
But also I'm like, half of me is like the color scheme seems so cute, like a dark emerald green with like that white gold lace on it, like with like the little trim and like the very like silky like straps on it. I'm like, girl, that's so cute. Hell yeah, you do it. Also I'm like, Ashley, those are your colors.
They are. I'm a very emerald green, blue, like the darks.
Yes, like a winter, like a cool wintry darks person. But I'm just like, I don't know.
I'm here for it.
I love
those
Ashley
colors.
Up.
You do. You think it's like one of your favorite things to do. You're like,
It is literally my it is my favorite thing is dressing my friends. I
also have a really fun like because of my hair. I feel like it makes it a little more challenging because I can wash out really easily.
Yeah, that's very true. Like also just like your skin tone is much different than mine. Just like in general, because you definitely have like that red undertone.
I mean, you can see it now. Like,
yeah. And I have like that green yellow undertone. Like I have like a very olivey undertone.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because like I have friends that also have olive undertones, but have like the brighter like olive undertone, where I have like more of like a darker olive undertone.
How interesting.
It's
Do
very
you have any other
interesting.
friends that have like the red undertone?
I don't think so. Maybe Kaylin, but not as much because her skin has definitely cleared up a lot. So like, I think it just depends on like where their skin is at, but like not like you.
Me, I was like, my skin is very
a special
clear.
lady.
It's just I'm very like, I mean,
yeah, you have a very red undertone. That
very
is just
red.
like what it is.
Yeah.
But I was like, I love it. It works. It looks good. You
I
look
look
great.
Beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Beautiful.
Come here, little girl.
Oh, good God.
Come
Literally.
here.
God,
come here, little
men
girl.
are disgusting.
Come on over here. Me being like, why did he say it like that? Why did he say it like that, though?
Because that was when we were not filming.
Sorry.
Just to sum up what that was, is I was walking out of a Denny's and a man, literally, I'm walking out and I'm going to my car and a man in his car rolls down his window and like sticks his head out and goes, "Come here, little girl. How's your day going? I just want to know how your day's going. Like, come here and come talk to me." I'm like,
that's crazy. The answer is,
and he's like,
you're gonna.
And this is where, once again, wow, your hair is gorgeous. Like, I love your hair. Like, your red hair is gorgeous. I'm like, can we not?
Yeah, the answer is no.
It doesn't need to be weird.
Yeah.
So that's where that was.
But also,
from.
it's just like the literal sentence of "come here, little girl." The answer is no.
Where in what realm would that work as like pickup line?
No. No.
Kaylee's glitching.
No, it's not okay. It makes me feel weird. It makes me feel weird. And the fact that this situation didn't even happen to me and I'm only hearing it secondhand, it's the fact that it still makes me feel weird. I'm like, yeah, no, that's fucking weird. I did not like that. And also,
like, we are, like, little. And so it's...
Yeah.
It doesn't help.
People think I'm taller because I have a big personality.
Yeah, I have gotten that, though. It's like, wow, like, you're, like, really
a lot
big.
Of people do. A lot of people think that I'm taller. They're like, oh, like, are you sure, like, you're not taller? And I literally just say it because, like, oh, no, you just think I'm taller because I have a big personality. Because, like, I don't know what else to say because I'm really not that tall. Like,
no,
me
I mean,
and
like,
you
you're
are really
5'2", I'm 5'1.5". Like, we're really short.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry. I'm not tall. I'm not tall at all. I'm not tall. I'm not tall at all, and it's just a thing, and like that is what that is. But also at the same time, yeah, if somebody rolled down their window and told me that, I'd be like, that's crazy. First of all, sir,
no,
that's insane. No, no.
So don't do that. If you're listening, don't do that. That's weird.
Yeah. Also, maybe just like don't catcall people.
Yeah, we don't need to
do that.
And we don't need to make, like, it's insane that catcalling's gotten to the point that when we hear that someone hasn't been catcalled, it's like what do you mean? I'm confused.
Yeah.
And it's almost like not that you're offended for the person, but it's like wow. But
also half of me is like, I'm like, what are you doing right?
I know, like, what are you doing that I'm not doing?
Like, yeah, what are you doing that I'm not doing? Because what is happening? What do you mean?
Literally.
What is different? What is the difference?
Can't tell you.
No idea. What is that?
Yeah. But
I mean,
she goes to take a bath.
Yeah. Also, sorry, that was weird. That's a weird thing to like transfer into the fact that she's taking a bath now.
That is a really weird transition. I apologize. But she's taking a bath. And
I just wanted to talk about how beautiful this bathroom was and how nice this tub looked and how relaxing her bubble bath was with all of her different like bubbles and salts and incense and everything.
God. Did you hear how many like bottles of different soaps and everything?
My god.
Oh my god. I was like, this is my dream.
I'm just like, the amount that I would love I love me a good bath, but like like a bigger bathtub, like like a very like lounging bathtub. Oh yeah,
with like a pillow and you're just there, like, Oh, it sounds so
Yes.
nice. I'm
Sounds
imagining
so
myself
nice.
there. I'm like, oh God. And the way that it describes, I really love how this author like describes things because it's not describing every single thing where there's three stones and there's a little pebble on
It's
this
about the
stone. I'm like,
feeling that it's giving their
yes.
character.
Yeah. It's
Mm-hmm.
very much a feeling and it's working very well.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, like first of all, everything in this castle is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
There's nothing about this castle that isn't lavishly gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I do not say the word lavishly lightly at all.
Yeah.
Because it is lavishly ordained.
I mean, it is. I mean, like the way that
It's
this crystal is described and the marble and like that. I'm like, oh my God.
wow.
I just want to go here. I want to love to see fan art of this.
Yeah,
I feel like
right.
it'd be so pretty.
Yeah.
And, so and she openly says that she's in the bath and she's like, I can't remember a time I felt this relaxed. Like, this is so nice. Like, this is so relaxing. And she's like, I'm washing away like the last 2 days. Like, this is so nice. And then she hears a voice that she found very familiar. And she was like, Steven, like, what are you doing here?
But also, like, am I gonna, let's talk about it for a second. Do I do I'm so sorry, guys. It's just been one of those mornings, one of those days. This is it.
We're not even through one chapter, Kaylee.
No, we're not. I know. No, I know. I know. I know.
There's just so much to talk about.
It's kind of weird. I'm gonna say it.
It was bad timing.
It's
Steven.
a little odd. Like, you could have waited until like she got dressed or like was out of the tub or was like more
like, why did you do it then?
covered. But like, here's the thing. Then again, it's like one of those things where it's like the royals in most places are seen naked in their baths
a lot. It's kind of a thing
because they have servants and like the people under them just like walk in to serve them regardless of what they're doing, because as a royal you don't necessarily need to have like shame. Questionable.
no shame,
like, like, I don't know how to describe that, but
it's also, I feel like I feel like being naked in front of people and being uncomfortable with it is a very 21st century thing to be like.
Yes. Also very much yes.
Or I mean, even in the 20th century. I was trying to think, I'm like, what's the last century? Like a very more modern thing to be. I broke Kaylee's brain, sorry. But it's
okay, because
thing.
I was ready for you to be like the 19th century, and I was like, when is the 19th century, Ashley?
Oh, I knew, because I knew that would be the like 1800s. So I was like, I know it's the 20th, but I forgot the 20 thing. We're like, hold on.
Yeah, you got that. I was like,
but it's it's a very more modern thing to be kind of ashamed of your body naked in front of people, which is kind of sad because I mean, they're just bodies. And as like someone that does have like a chronic like condition and stuff, it's you kind of get used to not. I also grew up showering with friends and stuff. Like, it wasn't weird.
Yeah, I just think that like in this circumstance, it is odd because I feel like even Talia is shocked. Weird. Even like Talia is shocked that like he is there, and then she even is like, "What are you doing here?" And then he like comes out of the shadows, and he's like this slim dragonfly like winged creature, and his name's actually Taryn, like coming at her while she's naked in a tub. Like, and me, and I'm like, the timing was just weird. Timing was weird.
She screams, and I said, that's so valid. Course. I mean, so I would also scream. Because it's also, you hear his voice, and you're probably really excited.
Yes.
And then out comes this tall, slim creature with dragonfly-like wings, and you're like, holy fuck. Who are you?
And you're like, all of a sudden, whoa, you are not the person I thought you were.
Yeah.
And, like, of course, like, people come in. Everybody comes in to like run in and check on her because she's fucking screaming. And then the guards walked in and he's like, oh, don't worry, she's with me, it's just me, like, you guys can go
We're
back
fine.
to your post, like, it's fine. And he's like, I understand that you're angry, but and I understand that you're angry and like you might need space, but I do
But I'll
miss
miss
you.
Yeah.
I miss like, us, being friends, because like they even say like it was so nice becoming friends with you again in the mortal realm, because before you left, we were really good friends.
Yeah.
And so it was nice for a second to have my friend back, but I am sorry that I like lied to you, basically.
Basically, I mean, yeah. And
Um,
and she does say, she's like, get out, like, I can't.
yeah,
And he
she's like,
does
get
give
out,
us,
just
like,
get
yeah.
out.
And I don't, once again, her entire world is being flipped upside down, which is a very hard thing to kind of,
absolutely.
like, it's one thing.
But also, he is like what, the second winged creature that she saw?
Mm-hmm.
Like the first one was like her aunt morphing into this corrupted Fay like creature.
Yeah. That was
and
probably
then,
not a great one to like start off on too either.
Yeah, and then Taryn comes out of the shadow as she's naked in the tub, feeling the most relaxed she's ever been, and then all of a sudden she's like put into shock again.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh god, this girl, like poor girl can't get a break.
I know. And then she gets out of the bath and she's kind of like drying off, and she goes over and she sees flour on her nightstand with a little letter from Casimir that says, I'm sorry. And she's like, I'm still mad at him, but it was kind of sweet.
Yeah.
And she smells the flour, and then she has like a memory of making like a flower headband as Casimir and her sitting on like this blanket picnic type thing is kind of what I saw. Yeah. And then like them laughing, and she kind of like snaps out of it and it's like, I don't think that was real. Was that real? I don't know. And so do you think the flowers triggered the memory? Or do you think it was like, okay, do you think there's magic embedded in the flowers to trigger the memory? Or do you think it was just kind of like, how like you'll see something and go, oh my god, like I remember that?
I think that it is not magic embedded in the flowers. I think that it is literally just her memory coming back, because I think that when she turned back into like her full Fey form, I feel like that's when it's starting to come back, because she's starting to get little memories all around. Mm-hmm. Things are starting to feel more familiar, not just because she's been there, but because she's getting more deja vu moments.
Yeah. I agree.
So I don't think that they were, because I don't think that was his intention. Because now we are on chapter 14.
Now we're on chapter 14.
And now we're on chapter 14.
He's shocked.
Yeah, Yeah. And it's like, she's like, oh, it's been 3 days, and she's literally like, all I want to do is fucking call Kay. That's all I want to do. And then she's like, and then she laughs and she's like, but like, call her for what? Like, what is she going to do? Like, storm the castle and like break down the walls and save me from this place? Like, what are we actually doing here? You know? And the answer is, but I do love that her first instinct was like, I just want my bag. I just want to call my friend. And like, I don't know. Like, even if there's nothing that she can actually do, I want to call her,
Do you think we'll see her again?
Yes, because I think there's going to be some sort of crossover and she most likely will die.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm like, I don't want to be like this person, but I think she's going to die.
Do you think Steven's going to die? Taryn.
I think he might be the one that kills her.
Ooh. You don't think Casimir's going to kill her?
Well, I think it's one of the two. Because I don't think it's...
Yeah.
But here's the thing, is like it could be Ruin.
That's true.
I don't think that it's going to be.
His desperation, I can't.
Oh,
God. We get his chapter soon, you guys. We get a chapter. But, chapter 14.
It's okay. I'm okay. We're okay.
You breathe. But she does start realizing, like, she can't escape. Like, escape is impossible.
Like, she's like, escape is impossible. And, like, she was like, I think I'm just going to, like, stay in my room. I'm going to isolate. I'm going to, like, just, like, not do this. And then she was like, okay, I kind of am going stir crazy. And Casimir is like, no, you have to get out of the room. At least come to dinner. And she's like, okay, I will go. Not because he asked me, but because I want to go, because I'm going stir crazy.
Yeah.
And then, she, like, openly is like, I have no appetite and I have no patience for this bullshittery that is happening around me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, what it is about it, because it's just all so much. And then not only that is like, she's sitting at this table picking at like this food, and she's like thinking about this memory. Is like, is this real? Is this not real? Is this an actual memory? What is going on? And like, she's sitting around the table, and it's like, Cass, Taryn, Rune is there, and she's like, Taryn looks so different right now, but he's also so much the same. Like, but his mischievous grin and the gleam in his eye always makes it look like he's seemingly up to something.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. But he's always had that face that's always like the way that he's been. He's always been like the sly, cunning, like kind of thing. Also, I love here when we're here, it's like a very small thing, but you can kind of see that where Rainier stands in terms of his view on Taryn. Because it is like Talia's sitting there and she's like, it's hard for me to look at Taryn and him to be so fucking normal. Mm-hmm. And, like the betrayal like cuts so deep, but he's so fucking casual about the situation. And she's like noticing also the idea of like certain things are easier than she expected. Like calling Taryn instead of Steven was a lot easier than she expected. She got used to that much faster. But when Rainier calls her sister, it's still like that, like,
what do you mean?
Like, it's still like that, like, shocked feeling. It's still like the like that kind of like awkward feeling, and like, and honestly, I think like this like little like quibbit is like funny when like she's like basically glaring at Taryn, and like, Rainier like says like, like, don't scorch a good meal, sister, like let's not like let food go to waste. And she's like, it really is just so odd that he uses it so flippantly though, and then like, after like he says that, like she just like looks at Casimir, because like she can't really fight the memory anymore, and she just outright asks like, did I put a flower crown like on you, like I found the flowers, which I wanted to thank you for, like, and then like you see like when she like thanks thanks Casimir for the flowers, like Rune is like stiffly sitting there in silence cutting his meat, and she openly is like, this like something invisible keeps tugging my focus towards him. She can't help but be this
I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
I wrote the whole thing because I was like,
I'm so ready.
These men are very, very attractive, and all I have to say is, yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm like, this is it. This is all me. This is all I ever want. Okay, I just want this. I want like nice, beautiful, fictional people in my life. Okay,
exactly.
She could not help it but be captivated by his appearance. His jet black hair, his chiseled face, and his stormy blue eyes held an intensity that both intrigued her and unsettled her, making it very difficult for it to look away.
Oh, so good. So good. And it's really funny because you could tell that like Casimir gets annoyed with it.
Oh, yeah.
He gets so annoyed.
But I also kind of love that he gets annoyed.
Yeah.
I love that he's just like, why is he here?
Yep.
Why is he ruining this for me? And then, like, Casimir, like, is noticing this, and it's just like, well, we have to interrupt this. And it's like Casimir, it has, like, a voice that's, like, smooth like velvet. Like, it's, like, very much like that, like, croon, like that, like, so how are you adjusting?
Yeah.
Like, very, like, sly, slick, sleek,
but also in a
velvety
way that it makes it seem, like, so genuine that it's not. And it's like there's that undertone of, what are you really doing? Like, why are you doing
but
this?
then it's also, like, that undertone of possessiveness that he's openly showing in front of his brother that I'm like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So good.
You know, and and I see this is one of those things where it's like I find that she's so charming because she's so sarcastic, and she's like, "Oh, a delight indeed. The betrayal and the intrigue are particularly charming here," you know. And I'm like,
So good.
I love the fact that that is like what you like go back for, because she's like, she hasn't fully forgiven Casimir or Steven, and so it's hard to have these interactions when like this is happening. But she does openly is like, yeah, I just think that like Steven's betrayal was much worse than Casimir's was. It's like
for sure.
It's like we weren't nearly as close. There's like certain things like that. And like even like Rainier is like, oh, we could throw Taryn to the wolves and see how charming he is then. Yeah. But like the way that it's phrased, it's we could throw Taryn to the woods and see how charming he is then.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, so Rainier, do you think that Taryn holds the position that he has because he is that charming?
How interesting. Do you think he charmed and like manipulated his way up?
This like do you think that that's what it is?
Yeah. Like, oh, look, if I manipulate the situation to get each piece in place and to get his way all the way up to the top. And his response, though, being the wolves love me, I'd be running their pack within an hour.
Yeah, but I also love that, like, you know, Taryn is so sarcastic. And even Toya laughs. She laughs because she probably knows that that's exactly what she would say, too.
Yeah.
You know, and like she just laughs, and it's like it's infuriating that she still likes him despite how everything is like falling apart, and like they do have like this
best friend, like they were best friends, like she longs for like to go and like to the mall and hang out again, and
exactly, and like having that, there is like this small quiet like apologetic smile that happens between them that does soften her a bit. But like, you know, it is still like that lingering like form of betrayal is still there, and like Casimir's openly like, because he can clearly see that she's not eating her fucking dinner. He can clearly see that is happening, and is like, do you want to go to the library? You want to take a walk to the library? Like we can like go do that. And she's like, yeah, let's go. And like it says like the dishes appear and like disappear with a pop, and she's always like, I'll never get used to that, you know. It's the like, and I love. See, this is the part that I actually really liked that we went into here.
Okay.
Because it starts going into different creatures and forms of beings that are in this realm. It's very interesting about, there's like quite a bit of like Fay folk and like Fay races.
Like it's not just one type of Fay, like there's like just tons of different Fay in the Fay.
But it's also interesting how she phrased it. Because, like, you know, she asks, she's like, oh, like, how do, like, the dishes and the chores get done? And, you know, Casimir's like, oh, brownies. They're small goblins that handle the chores, and they're, like, small, and, like, they pop in and out, and they're really shy, and, like, all of these things. And, you know, and they walk into the library. Mind you, the library is huge. It's gorgeous. It is a gorgeous library. And the way that they describe the smell and the sight of it, and like how comforting this library is, I'm like, I want to be in this library right now. I know. I want to be in this library right now. And you know, he's like, oh, like, do you want a cup of hot chocolate as like you're like cozying up in like your little like reading nook? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. And like it just like magically appears next to them, and she's like having like a warm cup of hot chocolate and like cozying up in like a book nook, like with a book, and like, you know, being able to just
a blanket and just like relax, in a little corner. Oh my gosh.
Like relax for a second is just so nice. And she openly asks, this is why I thought it was interesting, because he doesn't correct her phrasing here. She says, so there are pixies and brownies. What other fae are there? Which makes
so they all under the Fae.
Are they all under the Fae umbrella?
Yeah. Or are they separate species?
Because in my mind, in the way that I was introduced to fantasy rules, and fantasy races, these are all different races.
Same.
But I don't know, within their world, maybe they're all considered to be underneath that Fay umbrella, but he doesn't correct her like when she says that. That's why I'm like, oh, I'm not quite for sure about like
But do you
that
think it'd just be like,
phrasing.
yeah, because it could just be
You
like,
know,
oh, not that he didn't catch it, but she already has so much information. Let me share what I
but
have.
also like but also like that could be, is that also alluding to the fact that there are corrupt Fae? That she
Yeah.
knows that there are other Fae races already, like, so coming from that knowledge, that's why she phrased it like that.
Yeah.
And he kind of like goes into it. He's like, there are ethereals that work and that possess elemental magic. And some exceptional ethereals, this is very important. Some exceptional ethereals develop a second elemental gift. Most of us can glamour, but some expert in beguilement.
Us immediately
There's first of all, there's the title of our book.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that they can possess this elemental magic, such as him. He possesses wind. His elemental power is wind. And obviously we can see that he can glamour, but it's so then what is beguilement compared to glamoring?
And I know that you and I said, because we looked up the title of what beguiled means.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it means to charm or manipulate.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so it's but we already know that that's kind of what he tries to do.
Yes.
And so but with that knowledge, and they say that Taryn charms, is he practicing? Like, there's so many pieces that it's like, who's doing what?
Yeah,
that we
and
don't
who
quite know
possesses
yet.
what. And then it's also like technically Taryn's a pixie.
That's true. But
so
if it goes under the Fey umbrella.
That's also the other thing.
Yeah.
But
so,
is it,
or
so
is he just good at it?
Yeah.
Like, is he just he charms people? It's just his personality. He's good at telling a story and gets it where he wants to go?
Maybe, but also,
who knows? Maybe we will later. We don't know now.
It's just like, this is to note, in chapter 14 is where we get the title of the book being said.
For the first time.
For the very first time, which is a big deal. And now we know that it's some sort of second elemental gift that people can develop.
Yeah. That's a big piece.
And she's like, oh, like when, like, she's like, oh, like, what's my elemental power? And he's like, obviously we're not going to know until you like come of age and you manifest. And like, each person has like a different type.
Yeah. It's like, we don't know yet.
Of magic. Yeah.
It's okay.
And they were like, oh, and like there's also sprites. We use them for message because they're so tiny. And she like gasps.
She's like, oh my God,
once
wait,
again,
I saw one of those.
This is deja vu.
Deja vu. Like, I saw one of these when I was with my ex in the woods and I was running from him. And they like guided me home. Like, they guided me back to my house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they referred to me as like Your Highness, like, and like she like openly every single time like this happens, like she's like openly confused, and he's like, "Yeah, you're supposed to be queen." And she's like, "What do you mean I'm supposed to be queen?"
Yeah, like now he's finally telling her, but also just the difference of like how Casimir keeps information from her versus how Rune kind of tells her more of like what's going on. I feel like it's a big also power play.
Like, well, Rune is more transparent, where Cass waits for her to ask questions.
Yeah. Oh God, not this game again. I was so tired. But also I like, in this sense, seeing the contrast. I think it works with the contrast because we're seeing what transparency looks like and then what waiting for her to kind of figure it out like herself.
Do we actually know? But here's the thing is, that could be very generous of me to say about Rune, because is Rune being super transparent with her about the bond? The answer is no.
No. So, but also, I feel like he's not telling her about the bond because he can't admit it to himself.
Well, no, he can't.
And it's so good. But it's okay. The reason that he's not is because he's unable to admit it to himself.
Yeah, but he's also been like actively like trying to like stay away from her. But like Casimir is like, oh well, you're the rightful queen. Yeah. Like, Rune and I have been like running the court in your absence. Yeah. And she's like, I can't be a ruler. Like, why are we betrothed? Like, what is actually going on? Like, what is this? And it's interesting, like, the way that he says this. He says, I am the eldest son of an important family, and you were set to be the ruler. And it was set up when we were young. And I'm like,
how interesting that it was set up. Like, just the way he worded it was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an important family, once again being vague. You were set to be the ruler. Vague. When we were young. And so it's I feel like I said, it's the questioning game. Whereas, obviously, we don't know if Ruin's being 100% transparent, which he's not in certain cases. But it's the seeing the difference of what happens when you play the questioning game and how that can kind of shake a relationship. But also kind of maybe make her stronger. Whereas, so I think that, in a sense, is going to make her stronger because she's figuring it out more herself. But Ruin is going to have the stronger relationship because he's actually telling her shit.
Yeah, but then also it's like we see this right here where she's starting to react badly. She's starting to like be like, what do you mean we were set up when we were young? Like, this doesn't make any sense. And then he immediately is like that change of tactic, which is like a very like, we can kind of say it that Cass does have very like narcissistic tendencies.
Yeah.
And this is like very much like this whole apology I thought was so manipulative. It was a great apology, but very manipulative in certain terms, because he was like, I haven't apologized yet, and you deserve an apology. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for deceiving you, and I should not have kissed you when I knew that when I knew that I was keeping secrets, and that was dishonorable of me. And she's like, well, I'm not complaining about the kiss. Like, you know, because she still, like, enjoyed it. Like, she still had...
Yeah, like, you could still enjoy something and then not want to do it again.
Exactly. But, like, you know, it's like she's not complaining about the kiss. But I think, like, that was the thing that, like, he made it all about the kiss, where she's like, it's not about the kiss.
No.
And I think, like, this is the point where, like, he really missed it, where it's, like, this is where I feel like that, like, manipulating charm kind of went in, where he was like, oh, you know, I'm, like, so sorry about this. Because, like, you know, they're walking back me. Because... this is how I say this is kind of how I imagine this happening, which is like why because like they're already at her door at this point, because like, you know, they left and like they're like almost like at her door, and like it says, like, you know, like they stop and he faces her and like gets close to her, and so what I'm assuming is her back is up against the wall and he's like kind of over her, and it's like hand. I just really wanted to apologize about my actions.
That's how you imagine it.
I know that they were really wrong, but to be quite honest, I just know that you really deserve an apology.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
That's not how this works.
I kind of got the ick, but then I'm also like, that I feel like...
he didn't apologize.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. He just said you deserve one. He never said...
He says, well, he does say, like,
I haven't apologized.
I'm sorry for deceiving you, and I should not have kissed you when I was keeping so many secrets, and that it was dishonorable. And it's of course it was dishonorable. But, like, you know, I think that there's, like, other things that you should be apologizing for, and not just kissing her while you were holding secrets, which is what she's getting at when she says, like, I wasn't complaining about the kiss. Like, because, like,
it's the secrets.
And in certain terms, she did like the kiss. She did enjoy the kiss. She liked it. But, like, in certain terms, like, that's not, like, what it was. And, like, you know, and just, like, the way that, like, she openly is, like, and he smiled at her, like, the same way that he smiled at her when she thought that he was just a guy and she was just a girl.
Yeah.
And, like, and her heart skipped a beat again.
And
I'm like, You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just, like, very interesting, and, like,
then they go back to their room.
Yeah, and he does kiss her. He kisses her goodnight. He kisses her very softly and says, until tomorrow.
Yep. He does. What did you think of him kissing her?
It's like one of those things where it's like it does seem like he has like I don't want to try to discredit his feelings, because I do think that he likes her.
Yes.
And I do think that he openly does care about her quite a lot.
Yes.
But I also think that he is not taking responsibility for his actions, which kind of bothers me, which makes it seem like this kiss is more manipulative.
Yeah.
But also in a certain way, he is competing with his brother that has a bond. So he needs to cement something with her extremely quickly for her to be more attached to him, to make her want to marry him so that he becomes king and not Rune.
Yep. It's kind of a... I think he does like her, but it's more of like, he's like a political play.
Yeah, but it's like not that he doesn't genuinely care about her, because I also think that he genuinely cares about her brother.
Yeah.
I think that he really does. Like, how closely, like, Rainier and Cass are.
Yeah.
Comparatively to Rainier and Rune.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
And then, like, it kind of seems like the duos for the guys are, you know, Cass and Rainier.
Yeah.
Their names are very similar.
Yeah.
Cass and Rainier, and then Rune and Taryn.
Yeah.
And those are the sides. And Talisandra's in the middle. And like, and Talia's in the middle, being like, what side? You know?
Yep.
Where it's I do think that I'm not quite for sure, but also Cass didn't confirm or deny if he had beguilement or not. He just said most people can do this, and then some people master in this.
Yep.
But like, there are certain things where I'm like, do we not think that this is beguilement? Yeah. Especially in the way that, like, in the way that him touching her, he openly floods magic through physical touch.
Yes. Yes, often. He does.
Quite often. All of the time.
I think he is at least practicing and learning beguilement. What about you?
Yes. I was going to say, he also laces magic in his words.
Yes.
Which is why I feel like his voice sounds the way that it sounds. Is because it's dripping in magic. Yeah. And that's why I'm like... That's why I'm also like... But I'm also like... If a man was like leaning... Because for some reason I imagine them really tall. I mean, I imagine most Fay men. Like if I like imagining like a like somebody like leaning over me like that, and then like their voice sounding a very specific way, I'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
My inhibitions have been lowered.
You're like, God damn it.
My inhibitions have been lowered because in the end, I'm just a woman. It's fine. It's okay.
You said that right as I took a drink too.
Because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm trying to describe. And so it's like yeah. Do I like this? Do I not like this? Yeah. What is happening? Yeah. So, you know, it's like one of those things where it's like I definitely feel like that. And like, which is also like confusing her because she's openly like, but I also think, once again, I think he's trying to cement something with her before she realizes that she is bonded with Rune.
I think that's what he's doing.
Because to be quite honest, I don't know if she actually knew. I don't know if she actually knew that they were bonded when they left when they were kids. Because the way that she says it, she's like, we can't be kissing because I don't want to lose you as a friend. Yeah. And I'm supposed to be engaged to your brother. Yeah.
No, I agree. I don't think that she knew as a kid either. I think that this is going to be a big revelation for her.
Yeah. And I think that things are going to come back to her in her childhood memory. That's going to be like, oh, that explains so much more. Yeah. But also, you know, she doesn't know. And she still doesn't know, which is why I think that he's like trying to like do certain things to cement that there's actual like a physical relationship, not only an emotional one, but an actual physical relationship because also not only it's not only manipulative to her, and this is where like the male like dick measuring thing is like such a thing, is literally. He's doing it as like a form of claiming like physical dominance,
but also like doing it to kind of rub it in Rune's face and
and like rub it in Rune's face And
It's
like very
we
much
need
be
a
like
Riddick to go, just pull it out, measure, and get it done and over with already. Like, it's really not that big a deal. Guys, come on.
me. Yeah, I think you guys should pull it out together. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I mean, it was a good one. Good job, Kaylee. But that brings us to chapter 15, because we did a 3-chapter block.
Yes, we did. We did a 3-chapter block just because we wanted to see how it was.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like we're pretty good on time, so I'm not too concerned.
Yeah. It's so interesting because, like, you know, like Talia gets that like nice like night, like quote unquote nice night with Casimir. It's like just like soft, gentle, and it's like, oh, I hope you sleep well and until tomorrow.
And then she's woken up in the morning before light's like coming into her room, really.
Yeah.
And Talia's woken by Ruin standing in her doorway, and he's like, get dressed, meet me outside your door in 5 minutes, we're training. And she's like, what the fuck is happening? I don't want to get up. Which is so valid. I also wouldn't. And then he's like, hurry, like, we're starting with a run. And she's like, well, it's day 4, and they're adding torture and sleep deprivation to this already. And I'm like,
yeah.
So valid, though. And, you know, he gave her an outfit that basically was like leather and like it was basically pants. So she was able to move.
Yeah.
But I do love how she's like, oh, like, there's like holes that maybe are for knives or something. Like, she was like, oh, kind of maybe looks like they're full weapons, like, but I don't have anything to put in them. They might be decoration, who knows. And I love how it's just kind of described of her really just not knowing. Like, another way of her being kind of disconnected from this world.
Yeah, very much so. And like not knowing like certain like clothings and things like that. And you know, having all of that like be in like together is what that is. But yeah, I love that it's just like he just gave her pants so that she could run.
Love that. And I do love how like she does say, she's like, well, like, how did he know my size? Like, they fit her perfectly. And I'm like, interesting.
Well, I'm like, it's not him knowing her size. It's like, you know, it's not like that chambermaid doesn't know her size.
Exactly.
Like, it's not like an entire new wardrobe wasn't made for her.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. No, for sure. Like, but I do love how she like looked in the mirror and she was like, fuck, like, I kind of look like I belong here.
Yeah.
And like, but like physically looks like she belongs here, but mentally she's still like, I don't know, guys. Like,
yeah, exactly. And she's just like, she like that second guess of like, I look like I fit in, but do I feel it is very, very different, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know.
And that is such a big feeling. I feel like especially like when you're kind of still trying to figure out who you are, like you could dress however you want to dress and you could do that, but it's like sometimes it's I'm trying to like fit in with this crowd and fit in with this group and fit in with this like clique, and it's just not working. Like, I just don't fit in.
Exactly.
I don't know what it is. I look like them. I'm acting, but it's just mentally I'm not clicking.
Them.
Yeah. And that's okay. That's what happens.
And but like it's also like, you know, she's adjusting to like her new body. She's adjusting to like newfound power and things like that. And like she openly is asked like Rune, she's like, what are we training for?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Like, what are we actually like? What is the point of this? And he's like, you know, to build your endurance and strength for like what's to come.
And then she's like, well, what's to come? And honestly,
he just starts running. He just like ignores her question because he understands like what it means to be a ruler, like what is most likely going to happen, like how much she's really going to need this.
Yeah, and I do love how she says, she's like, well, he ignored her, and she's like, well, he barely said 5 words to me since like she's arrived, and now he's making her run. That is just great.
Yeah, but it's also like one of those things where it's like that you can see here that like, you know, Rune has kept his distance.
And so they're running, and she's describing this foliage as like being beautiful. Like, let me see. It's like the expansive gardens, the morning air crisp, filled with the scent of blooming flowers. The foliage here was brighter and more fragrant than anything she's ever seen. Like, the way it's described, it sounds like I would love to go on a walk. I wouldn't run, but I'd love to go on a walk here.
It seems so ethereal, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like almost like, it's because like that's the thing. It's like I feel like almost everything is shrouded in magic, which is like what makes it brighter, which makes it sparkle, which makes it feel different.
Yep.
You know?
And, you know, so they're running, and they didn't actually run for that long, I feel like. Like, it was kind of a nice little warm-up run.
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, like, I I liked it because yes, we did see her train, and there was like a time where like openly like she pushed like herself, and like she like kept up, and like he was really proud of her and things like that, and all of this like and all of these things. But like I like that we really just got the feelings and not the and they were running and then they were running and then they were running. And it's like the okay, I like that if these are like the training, because it's very unfortunate, like Rune is going to have like the training arc.
Yeah.
Like Rune, like that is like the position that he put himself in. Like he openly said that. And so it's like because he's like has that like training arc, I was like slightly nervous because you know me, I don't love training arcs.
Yep. For sure.
You know me, I'm not really a fan because I think that they're a little boring, and I'm like, and then sometimes like the main character, after like learning like specific training, does the exact opposite, and we're like, okay, well, what was the whole point?
Yep. Literally.
Okay. And then
we're
you're like,
okay,
yeah,
what's happening?
Never mind. Yeah. You're right, never mind. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I kind of like that it wasn't about the running. It was about the feelings that they were getting. Yep. It was about the Did you need to answer that?
No, it's Grandma.
Got it. Sorry, Grandma. You know, that it was about like the feeling that that she had. And not only that, it was like she even like openly is like, oh wow, like she even impressed herself. She was like, I'm glad I pushed myself, like actually like running helped me feel better. Yeah. You know, it's like the getting out helped me feel better.
She was very shocked by it. And she also was like, she even said there was a flutter in my chest that she didn't expect. And like she really wasn't expecting to appreciate it. And because he tells her like not bad. And she kind of is like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, wow. You don't think that was bad? Like
yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And she does that. She's like, can it be later in the day? And he is like, no.
I love that. Yeah, I also love that she's like, so like since I did so well and you're so impressed, can I do it later in the day? And he's like, no. It's dumb. And she's like, oh, okay, well, so I fucking tried, you know?
Yeah. And I also do love how she worded the lingering warmth from Rune's brief approval, nor she wasn't expecting the unexpected feelings his presence has stirred in her.
Do you think that's the bond?
I think it is.
And like that's the thing, but then also it's like oh my gosh, like he gave me approval, he gave me like the attention that I want and like I desire, and so it's like it is very interesting. But you know, like Rune also is like, I can't be around her any longer. I must go.
So now we're like halfway through the chapter and we switch to his perspective, and he like dropped her off at the dining hall, and now he is like kind of walking out, and he's like, oh my God, like the bond keeps pulling him towards her, even though he knew he shouldn't. And he was like, God, like she's still not aware. And oh my God, I need to pull this up because I was like, wow, hold on. The way that here, found it. Desire stirred within him as the image of her in her training clothes flashed in his mind. The sweat had dripped down her neck, down the crest of her. And then he says, I'm stopping that train of thought right there. It's like, we're stopping that. We're not doing that. And I was like, wow, the longing that this man has for this woman. I'm like,
but also like me being like, I love that he's like, I can't even think about that because that's crazy to think about.
Yeah, like
it's also like the idea of like, he's like, I'm not going to tempt myself into that. I'm not going to like let myself think of that because I can't even have her like that. So why am I thinking of her like that if I can't have her like that? But also just how he
feels like it needs to be, I wouldn't say that he feels like it needs to be like a punishment, but like how
he's a very masochistic person.
Oh, for sure. But it's how he very much is like, no, I can't think that way. That is wrong. When in reality, like that's especially if you have like a bond with somebody, like that's a very natural thing to think if you are attracted to that person.
Yes, absolutely.
But how he's like, no, I can't. Like this is wrong. Like wrong. I can't.
But I also think that like it comes from the idea of he also wants to be chosen by her, and
for sure.
And this memory that like we like really like I'm sorry, the memory that we got into like last time of them kissing like for the first time, and then him being like, I love you, don't marry my brother, we could
run
make
away
this
with
work.
Me.
Run away with me.
Yeah.
And she's like, we can't, I have to marry your brother, is also like in a way like still respecting her and her brother's wishes, but I think he does it more for her because she told him no. Yeah. And I think like that's the thing, is like because she told him no, he is doing that, and I'm like, I'm kind of
now, do you think that? Oh, for sure. Okay, do you think that, let's say you told someone no, like, no, you can't think of me that way, like, don't, like, this can't happen, if they still thought of you that way, would you say no, that's wrong?
No, because I think that's like a very natural feeling.
Okay, glad we're on the same page.
Because like, and like that's the thing, is like no, because I do think like that's a very natural feeling, and like that is very like hard to like get over and like work on, and like, you know, like it's just like all around like just it's just difficult, and like there's no like, here's the thing, is like those feelings don't fade away.
No,
like they're not like oh, okay, it's done, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Like they don't just like disappear, like they linger, like and here's the thing, is like all feelings linger, you know. All feelings linger regardless of how small or how big they are. They do linger, and obviously they linger for different lengths of time, but something like this that is so heavily impactful on like your life, it's going to linger for much longer. But it's also like the idea that he is really trying to like force himself not to have these feelings, which is like in a way like kind of sad to see. Like, it's like kind of like sad to like watch him,
because it's also like the more
himself like this.
And it's also the more you force yourself
slave
not to have
and
feelings,
agonize away it,
the more you're gonna have the feelings. Like, the more you force them down, the more it's like, hey, we're still here.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree.
And so then he makes his way to the study, and he's like really like just in his head, he's like, there's this connection, and like we can't ignore it, and I can't ignore it anymore. And he was like, it's growing stronger. Eclipse agrees with me. I know Eclipse, it is growing stronger. She has opinions about this, guys.
I mean, I have opinions about it because
all the opinions. I know we're not even at the part where I'm like, oh,
I know.
Oh God. Eclipse, just wait. It gets better. But you could hear her barking. I'm not acting like a crazy person, right?
I mean, I can hear her, but I don't know if Avery will be able to hear her on the recording.
Okay. Well, I might look like a crazy person. That's okay. My dog is barking if you can't hear it in post. But Corbin stumbles in and is like, hey, like the wards are down. Like the Western wards are weakened. They're down. And so then he tells him to double the guards near her room. And if the wards are down, she's in danger. He is like walking towards the wards, and because these are the Western wards that were down, and like they're walking towards the wards, and he's like, there's like this hum of magic that is inside him, like in his chest. And there were 2 sentries that were waiting there. And I didn't 100% know. I know you and I talked about it when we were going over this. I kind of described it as like he kind of felt hazy, or he kind of felt off a little bit. I don't know if hazy was the right word, but he just kind of felt off about, And
you can tell that the magic is disturbed.
Yes. Thank you. That was a great way to put it. Thank you, Kaylee. And like he also described it as like electricity on his skin. And I wrote that down because I was like, how interesting, because that's how Talia described when Casimir touched her.
Yep.
And I thought it was really interesting that it was described the same way. And I was like, I need your opinions on this, Kaylee, because I was like, why? Why does it feel the same? Because we haven't seen that from anybody else that's touched her.
Yep.
Me, immediately. Why? Tell me why.
Yeah, I agree.
And so then their wards were weakened. And I do say, like, whoever did this was really smart, because they're not fully broken, so they could have slipped in without us fully knowing if we didn't check the wards. And he He's like, watch it, make sure nobody comes in. If they do, you need to let me know immediately. And he feels a pull on the bond, but like he's like very strong, like a very strong pull on the bond. And he tells them like double the guards on this stretch. And like I said, like he needs to know immediately if somebody gets in. Do you think someone slipped in?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. And, you know, once again, it's she's a target. And we see this, I mean, from the writing, like the blood of the one girl and how that girl looked like her and things like that. And he goes to her room and he finds her kind of like laying there, kind of like knees curled and like sleeping. And he shifts a little bit and wakes her up just from kind of his boots were really loud.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how the anxiety since the words had fallen loosened because she looked so peaceful.
Yeah.
I love that it was she looks peaceful, and so now I'm less anxious.
Yeah.
That's so
But also
cute.
it's like I think that has something to do with, you know, obviously the bond and like him wanting to be wanted by her.
For sure.
Which is like difficult and hard because like he's also denying himself that.
God, I know. Ugh.
But then, also like, you know, she doesn't even know.
No, she doesn't know. And then I love how he's like, I shouldn't be here. Oh my God, he shouldn't be here, but God help him, he couldn't turn away. And I went, oh my God. No. I'm such a fan of longing. It's actually, and I feel like it's getting stronger. Like my love of longing is worse. I'm like, it's so good. The
it's
love,
so good.
the longing, the restraint. Because I feel like you have to have restraint if you have longing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's so
I
good.
absolutely agree.
So
but then
good.
It's also just like the idea of like, you know, not pushing them too far. He's not crowding her. He's not forcing her to love him. He's just
there, wishing for her to love him. Oh God! And it's
but then
so
Cass
good.
comes in,
Cass
and this
comes
interaction is.
But first, Ruin does tell her that the wards had fallen, and he came to make sure she was okay.
Yeah.
And like unharmed. And Talia's like about to say something. And then Casimir runs into the room and he's like, well, what are you doing here? And she was like, I'm checking on making sure she's okay because the wards fell. That's what I'm doing.
But the way that he phrases it, he's like, oh, I'm checking on your betrothed.
Yes.
To see if she's okay.
Yep. And then he's like, and then Casimir's well, thank you for checking on my betrothed. Well, no, because I don't think.
Oh, so it's Cass that says it.
Cass says it.
Sorry, that was my bad. That was my mistake.
No, you're good. Yeah, because it's the wards faltered. I was ensuring her safety, is what Ruin says. And then, well, thank you for checking on my betrothed, but I have it under control from here.
Yeah, that's like very much like that stick, like she's like mine. My betrothed.
Yeah, and then and then I do love how Ruin's gaze stayed on her a second too long. And I went, because I'm such a sucker for the like little glances that you know you shouldn't be doing, but it's the little glances. I'm like, oh my God. Or it's like you stare for just a little bit too long. I'm like, oh my God.
Just a little bit.
I love it. I'm such a fan of it. And how, like, if the wards fall again, 3 men, like he always says, like, if the wards fall again, 3 men aren't going to be enough.
Yeah.
And he walks out of the room because Casimir's like, go check on your guards. Like, go do whatever. Get out of here. Yeah. So then he forces himself to keep walking. And I love how he's like, the way his brother hovers over her like he had any right to.
I know.
And the I don't have a right to feel this way. Like, he really punishes himself for this. And he hates how much But I know.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, no, it's okay. I'm just gonna let you keep going. It's fine. And then I will.
Yeah, I know. But I love, like, it's really that deep-seated, the Ruin had no right to feel this way, no right to resent it. Like, resent how much his brother's there. Like, I love how it's like this deep, I can't do this. What am I doing? And then...
Yeah, but it's like resentment for, like, his brother being like, why the fuck are you here? Like, I resent you. But it's also like I shouldn't. There's no reason. This isn't logical.
Yeah. And
I know that this is wrong.
Yep. And then obviously this great line. The bond tethered them whether he wanted it or not, and that lingering sense of mine, a word he would never speak aloud, burned at every edge of thought.
That is so
God. It's so good. And that's the last line of the chapter.
So
and I went, oh.
Yeah. Me immediately being like, oh.
Oh, gosh. It's so good.
But it's the fact that he's like, the lingering thought of mine, but I could never say it. I will never say it, and I could never say it. And I'm like, that was the most attractive thing in the entire world. Because you're right. She's not yours, and you should not, like it's not a possession that you can own. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not, and also it's like and also as well as like she's going to interact with people all of the time. This isn't just like you can't just put her in a box, put her away, and like put her on a shelf like a fucking doll. Like, you know, and so it's like it's the restraint. The restraint already
is so good. But also, if we just
I'm like,
everything you just said, but also it's she's betrothed to someone else, and so it's she's not mine, and I can never say she's mine, and I'm like,
because
God, it's so good,
and it's like the idea of like I could never have her like that. She's not supposed to be mine in that way because of the way that this was set up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you know, I feel like he's been telling himself that she doesn't love him because of what she said.
Yeah.
Before she left.
Mm-hmm.
No, we can't do this. I don't want to lose you as a friend. I'm engaged to your brother.
Yep. So good. So good. What do you think is going to happen?
It really is.
Do you have any predictions?
Besides the fact that she's going to sleep with Cass first.
Yeah, I think she is going to sleep with Cass
first.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
I was like, why was that?
Because I don't think Ruin will let her. I don't think Ruin will let it happen. At first. I think he'll be like, no.
I don't think, but here's the thing is I don't think it's a matter of Ruin letting her, letting it happen.
No. But let himself. That's kind of what I meant. He wouldn't let himself get to that point with her. He'll kind of keep backing himself away, so they're going to sleep together
for sure.
first. It's kind of what I meant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not letting her do it. No. Letting himself get to that point with her.
Got it. Okay, that's why I was like, what do you mean? He's not going to, like, stop them from having sex. But like,
let himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand what you mean. But no, I think that she's going to sleep with Cass first, and then something's going to happen, and then her and Rainier are gonna go through like this really intense battle, and then they're gonna kiss really intensely, and then like the bond's gonna be no, I think they're just gonna kiss really passionately, and then the bond's gonna really awaken in her, and then she's probably gonna throw up because she doesn't know like what she's feeling, and then later they'll fuck.
Yeah, that's so valid.
She's gonna throw up first because of the confusion, and then she'll do it.
That's so valid.
You know, little things like that. I also think that I do think that her brother might die. I think that her brother will die.
What if hear me out. The brother and Casimir get married.
Oh.
And then he rules. So then Casimir can do whatever the fuck, and then Ruin and Talia rule the guard or whatever. Because she doesn't want to be queen.
For sure.
I think she's going to want to be queen later, and I think Casimir has very corrupt ideals of what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I think he's doing it because he wants to be king.
But here's the thing is, like, the fact that, yes. Well, I think that's the only reason why he's doing it. Because if you think about it, it's said that...
Because of how he said how the queen should act.
Mm-hmm. But also, he's only from an important family. He's not from royalty.
Yep. That, and
so once they again, have to marry into that.
On top of how he was like, no, the queen is just kind of there to look pretty. The queen doesn't do much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the queen doesn't do much. She's just there as a figurehead.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also like very interesting. But honestly, I think we're gonna see a lot more. I think that we're gonna see like a little bit of a time skip.
Okay.
First of all, I do think that we're gonna see like a little bit of a time skip very soon, so that like the training is a little bit over and she's more well adjusted into the world. Like, I think because like that's a very natural thing to do in like most books that we like will see that time skip. So I think that time skip is going to happen. I think her and Taryn are going to start becoming friends again because they're going to start studying a lot together. I also think that she is going to, you know, make the library one of her safe spaces.
Yep.
I also think that something is going to happen and she's going to get drugged through that forest. Don't know why, don't know like what it is, but I'm like, no,
it was
I
so
feel
described it has to come back.
Yeah. Like the forest is going to be like come back, and or it's going to be very similar where like something happens and the magic is dying and then everything dies. And then that's the way it comes back. But I think that there's going to be some sort of altercation or something that happens in the garden too.
Interesting.
Yeah. What about you?
I agree with that. I think there's going to be something in the garden. I think that, like I said, you said and I said, like Casimir's, they're going to fuck first and then ruin.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I do think that Taryn and Talia are going to become friends again. I think it'll take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But I think they'll become friends again. I'm curious to see what Kay is going to have to play in this. That's where I'm like, I don't know. And I'm curious to see Casimir's intentions kind of coming more to fruition and seeing that. And seeing what happened in that chamber with Ruin. I want to know what happened so bad.
Me too.
Oh, God. Do you think Do you think Ruin is working for, like, helping the Unseelie court?
No.
Okay. I feel like it'd be more Casimir working with them than Ruin at this point.
Yes. But I think that Casimir... Here's the thing. I think Casimir is unknowingly working with them because of the figurehead in the higher court, that like his ally in the higher court that he didn't want to give away, that like found Talia in the first place.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, he's unknowingly working with them because of that man.
I can see that. Yeah. We'll have to see.
Yeah,
I do obviously think the parents died fighting each other because they became corrupted fays and stuff. I'm standing on that.
Do you think that they're still alive though? Like, do you think they quote unquote only died, like their ethereal form died, and so now that they are corrupt, they are, you know, living in corruption?
What if her parents
or do you
are
think
the
they're
ones that dragged her to the
dead?
forest and she has to fight her parents?
Could be.
Who knows?
Honestly, I think it would be more interesting if it was Rainier and Cass's dad.
That would be really interesting.
And Rune has to like come in and save her in the garden.
That'd be interesting. I feel like there'd just be more emotional depth if it was her parents.
No, for sure. Yeah.
So that's why I kind of mentioned the parents versus the dad.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But we'll have to see.
We'll see. That's it for me.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for tuning in. We always appreciate you guys. And if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, hit all of the buttons. We have an email list as well if you'd like to get some behind the scenes, some Q&A, things like that. Make sure you follow us on our social medias. We also do have a Buy Me a Coffee if you would like to support us in any way, shape, or form. That'd be pretty cool. You could also do it on Buzzsprout if that's easier for you. So I guess the last thing that we got to say to you is
what did the void say to you? Woo, yeah, woo.